Greetings, YouTubers. I'm just joking around. That's a picture of our native wildlife here in Garden Farms. Here's another kind of an update. Chomper, you're familiar with the world's slowest lawnmower. Well, Chomper's, he's not as big as a truck. I'm just zooming in. There you go. But he has grown. He has grown quite a bit. Okay, this is gonna be like a little compilation of what I've been thinking lately about, well, it's about getting ready for whatever might happen, you know. I don't consider myself a doomsday prepper, but I'm prepared, and I've always believed it. Anybody can be prepared and not be considered a wacko. So today I'm preparing to make myself a survival lunch, that just practicing in the event that I and my family are called upon to shelter in place for 2 weeks or 2 months. And kind of, if any of you out there are afraid to eat the weeds, I'm gonna bite the bullet and do it for you, show you that it's not all that bad. You probably can't see. It just looks like the ground from here, but I'm gonna zoom in on one that looks particularly luscious. I think it's, well, I don't know. Those guys right there. Okay. That's maybe that one. I'm gonna get a little one. They get really big, as most of you probably know. So here goes. Okay. Now this little guy, God, it's hard for me to see in the sun. Kind of little, but probably tender. This is what's called a milk thistle. A lot of people hate them because they grow so fast. But if you learn to eat them and like them, well, then you don't have to hate them, because it's like free food. And it's super easy to grow because you don't have to do anything except just dig it up. So and I understand, and I'm going to try it, that every part of the plant is edible. So I'm going to go do it now. Okay, here's the ingredients, and like I said, I've been told that every part of the plant is edible, so I'm gonna chop that up into spinach looking pieces. I've also been told that you can leave the thorns on the leaves because cooking makes them nice and tender. Okay, now when I make soup, I usually preheat the water with my Keurig coffee maker. Works real good, and it cuts out a lot of cooking time. Here's my soup base, and you're probably telling yourself, that guy must be crazy, because everyone knows there's no nutrition ramen noodles. I mean, they're cheap and tasty, but the thing is, it makes really good soup. It makes really nutritious soup if you put something nutritious in it. So, and of course, there's the pot I'm gonna cook it in. I boil it for, I start cooking it for 4 minutes and let it sit for a minute, and it's usually, everything's cool. The vegetable I usually put in it is my kale from the garden. So what I'm basically just substituting a weed for kale, which everyone knows is good for you. Okay. That's what it looks like. I always put the vegetable on the bottom so it has a better chance of cooking. And 2 cups is what works for me when I'm cooking ramen noodles. So got to put a little more water in. There we go. There we go. 12 and 6 is 18 ounces. We'll cover that. Because, you know, I hate to wait for water to boil. You ever hear the old saying, a watched pot never boils? Well, it's really true. So I like to put water in that's almost boiling before I put it on the stove, and that works pretty darn good. I boil food every single day of the week. In the morning I eat steel cut oatmeal, and that's what it looks like. You can tell, see those leaves? I'm not cheating. Okay, oh, here we go. Oh. Okay, 4 minutes on the fire and 1 minute to sit. I'm not going to bore you with that. Okay, getting close. Hey, I always like to cut it up and stir it up. All right, it's starting to look like spinach, eh? Not bad. Okay. Turn the fire off. 1 more minute, and it'll be food. Okay. This is literally the moment of truth. I have never made a meal of weeds from my yard ever. Now, I did eat sour grass when I was a preteen, and until I found out when I took chemistry in college that what made it sour was toxic, and I rarely eat it anymore. But sometimes I'm tempted. I don't know if you know what sour grass is, but it's a tasty little toxic treat. Anyway, here goes. First time ever. See, I'm shaking. Hey, the stickers give it a little, they give it a little crunch. They definitely don't hurt your tongue. And it tastes, it's tasty. I don't know if it's the spices or the thistle. I'm gonna try some more. There's a little piece of stem and root. Like they say, it tastes, or it's a little bit like cauliflower heart, or probably pushing it to say it's like an artichoke heart, but you know, artichokes are kind of a thistle. Well, I'm going to finish this, and then I'll give you a follow-up, so you know I'm still alive. Well, I was raised to clean my plate, and I did, and it was pretty darn delicious. I gotta say that I recommend milk thistle in all its forms. I mean, I boiled it, but I heard you can fry it in the pan and cook it in, I don't know how many ways you can cook a leafy green, but boiled and fried, that's pretty basic. So if you see another video, you know it didn't kill me. And for now, that's all, folks.